Hey everyone, I want to introduce you to my new animals. These are northern emerald tree boas. This guy right here, his name is Logan. I picked him because he had a lot of high white, so I really like that look. Got him to go with this girl. Her name is Jean. If you're a Marvel fan, you'll get the reference. She also has a lot of high white. And then this one down here, that is Gamora. And then I've got two more. This one right here. This is going to be Nebula. She doesn't have as much white, but I got her to go with this guy. This is Loki. He has reduced pattern, anaconda phase, a little smaller, but he is eating great, doing well. So these are all wild caught. I made sure that they were eating and not puking. Got him to go with her, and I got them in September. She wouldn't eat, so then I kind of like, I better get another female just to make sure. And so I got this girl, and she wouldn't eat. I got her in October, and she wouldn't eat. And I was like, oh, what's going on, you know? So then it was like early January. I did a show with a buddy of mine. We were talking. He said maybe move them to a smaller container, you know, a cage, and try and feed him. So I was moving this girl. When I was moving her, I realized the reason she's not eating is she was gravid. Okay, and so I was like, oh, that's good. But I hadn't, you know, I didn't have a heat panel, so I grabbed some heat panels, installed them, and I was like, I didn't really like how close they were to the branches. So I had it on for like 2 days, and I turned them off because, you know, I already have heat on the side here. There's a heat strip on the outside, and then underneath the cage there's heat, and on top, so each cage has a hot spot. And so you can see that's sitting at 89, 63 humidity. So I need to spray this one down a little bit. I try and keep them around 80, spray it down, and then let the temperature drop. So anyway, she was gravid. So in February, no, what was it? Yeah, February. She had a litter of 8 with 1 slug. So that was pretty exciting. One of my dream animals. And I'll show you those here in just a little bit. These perches are just dowel rods I put together. I put them in different sizes. I roughed them up a little bit on the table saw so they're not smooth. And I did a double here and a double there. You can see how she's using, to support her body. And a lot of times they'll actually perch in between there on those smaller ones. I got double water bowls hanging, and then a big water bowl there, and then plants for some humidity. It just kind of gives it that natural look. So far they've been doing great. I paired this girl with him a couple months ago. They locked up right away. So I let him breed for like 3 or 4 weeks, and she just got so fat, and then last week she ovulated. So hopefully I get a good litter out of her as well. Pretty excited. I probably won't be selling any of them. I'm definitely not selling any of the first batch. So yeah, I just love these guys. I think the main thing on them is just make sure that you get them from a good person. You know, I got most of these from a guy in Florida who hand picks them, and they're eating by the time they go out. That's your main thing. If you can get one that's eating and not puking, you can fix everything else, right? You can fix humidity, temperature, all that. So that's the main thing. I would steer away from getting them at expos where they're in a deli cup. You know, it just, I don't know. I paid a little bit more for these, but I'm happy with them. Definitely happy with them. So anyway, so I guess, you know, this fall hopefully we'll have some babies out of this one. But yeah, let me cut here and show you the babies. Alright, here's the first baby. This one's probably the most colorful one out of the bunch. Some nice whites. This is how I keep them. I bought these to kind of go in the deli tubs, or the tubs here. These 6-quart tubs. But I just didn't really like how low it's set, and just it doesn't give them the range for the whole tub. So I just kind of threw these dowel rods together with some hot glue, and this tub here actually has a lip around the perfect area, so I just built those. Worked great. I will soak that paper towel quite a bit when they go blue, kind of really bump up the humidity, because they really need a lot of humidity to shed good. I've already had to help several of them shed. Yeah, there's first. You see the green filling in there. So, all eating great. You know, they didn't start. I only had 2 that started eating first time I offered, and but then after a couple weeks, they all just took. I fed them live crawlers. Mice that have fur that could run around. They like to see movement. That excites them. All right, here's 2 more. Now I did lose one out of 8. One, I just came home one day and found it dead. Really just broke my heart. No idea. It was eating great, looked fine, just died. So maybe it was born with a defect or something. I don't know. Here's the last 2. And I am upgrading their cages soon to a little bigger tub. I'll show you that here right now. Here's their new enclosures. These are just shoe storage boxes from Walmart, but they're really clear, so I kind of like them. And what I got here is, I'm going to use those kind of above the water dish. Since I bought them, I might as well use them. And then I've got these. These I got from David Brahms, reptile perch. And then I added the leaves, and these are like plastic pickup sticks to give them some smaller perch options. I drilled some holes in the to give them some airflow, and I'll adjust this whether I need more or not based on how humidity stands. So anyway, so that goes on there, and this kind of just sits on top. It doesn't lock or latch or anything, but it just sits on top. But let me show you what of her cage. I built this here, and I've got one on this side as well, so there's 8 total. And I put a little LED strip light in there, and then basically it slides in so that the lid, you know, won't open. You can't get it. So, and the heat tape back there. Yeah, and I'm just gonna probably, I don't know if I'm gonna keep them over water or keep those black tubs in there, those black water bowls. Just depends on how I can keep humidity with some airflow. But that's what the babies are going in, probably in a week or so, and we'll see how they like it. So anyway, yeah, this is my new passion, my hobby. Really, although all those babies, I'm not getting rid of any of them. Hold them back. And even on her, if she has a good litter, I'll probably be holding all those back. Maybe let a couple go, but so yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will update on this project as soon as I can. Okay, one last thing I forgot to mention. So I got this girl in September, and she wouldn't eat. So in January, though, I got her to eat. And how I did that is I tapped her on the side. So instead of putting it in her face, I would tap it on her side. I forget who I heard that from. But what it does is it just gets them to come investigate it. If you put it in their face, they're going to strike, so they get away. So I would tap her on the side, and that natural, just the turn of the head and the bite is a natural wrapping kind of motion, and that's how I got her to finally eat. And she's just started pounding down medium-sized rats. I mean, like crazy. And I think maybe that not eating for those 4 months kind of helped her go into breeding cycle, because man, she was receptive from the moment I put her in with him. But you can see she's got great weight. So